Good morning on this cold April morning. This weather is crazy. It's 32 degrees outside right now. At any rate, I thought I would give you an introduction for the week. If you go into course content in our current unit folder at the top, informative speeches, week 13, there's just a rough outline on that opening page. So you'll have to click on the folder and the week 13 task list is at the top. This week, I would like for you to be working on preparing for that informative speech. So since we're not in class together to do silly vocal warm-ups, then I thought I would provide some for you online. I know that some of us have an issue with those vocal fillers or vocal interferences or interrupters, as they are called different things in different textbooks, etc. So I've got a link for you to watch if you will scroll down on stopping the use of vocal fillers. There are some ideas for you on this Forbes website. And then there is an attachment on vocal activities. There are some tongue twisters in there for you to practice. Getting your voice warmed up before you give the speech will be important so that you can speak with clarity. And then we are attaching our speeches to a discussion forum link. Now, a couple of different things about this that are very important for you to notice. The speech itself will be due by Wednesday, April 15th. So you have a couple of days to practice and perfect. And then you'll need to make sure that you create this video, upload it to YouTube, and you'll need a YouTube account for that if you don't already have one. And then you will attach the link inside of this discussion forum. It's incredibly important that you put a link in to your video on YouTube, that you don't try to attach a file, because that will take up all of the space, and it takes that we have in Blackboard for our class, and then it also takes a long time to load individual speeches if you attach them as files. So it's best just to use a link. And so there is a folder in here in this unit folder on how to do that if you are unfamiliar doing speeches online. So if you click on that folder, then it gives you some direction on requirements, things that are important for you to note. I have to see that you're using only one index card. So when you record your video, make sure you're showing enough of your body that I can see what's happening. I don't want a video like what I'm doing right now that's just showing your face. And you don't want to sit in front of a computer like I'm doing right now either. This is not a public speech. This has been altered for mass communication is what this is. All right, so I'm publishing this for a lot of people to see instead of standing in front of a large group of people and delivering that spontaneously. But for your speech, I want you to emulate how you would do the speech in class as much as possible. So if that means you need a podium and you don't have one at home, stack up some books on a table so that you have a makeshift podium for yourself. That's okay to do, all right? I need to see that you're using one index card, all right? You can use front and back if you would like. Think about how you're going to emphasize certain things through gesturing. We've watched a bunch of different videos on how to use your body appropriately in order to emphasize a point, right? So start applying all of those things in this speech. You also have to, when you are recording, show your audience, and you need to have at least one able-minded adult person watching your speech, and that could be the person who is recording it for you if you'd like. Now, if you don't live with anyone and it's difficult for you to obtain an audience for this, then you can make an appointment with me and I will be your audience, and I will watch online through a Zoom meeting. So I need to know as soon as possible if you need to schedule an appointment to do your speech with me. Okay, so read that attachment for all of the requirements, and then if you don't already have a YouTube account, there is a link here for you to watch and figure that out, and then also how to upload videos to YouTube. There is a link here showing you how to do that if you are unfamiliar, but it's very important that you create links for your speeches for that discussion forum, okay? There are also ideas there for you on showing your presentation aid. You can show your presentation aid from a laptop. Just make sure that the person videoing you is capturing what you are showing on your laptop as well. So you would maybe put your laptop beside you so that it's kind of your screen, so to speak, that you would have in class. You can also hook up a laptop to a television and show your presentation through your television, which would actually be easier for your online audience to see if you did that. But don't worry, I'm not going to ask that you explore that kind of technology if that scares you, or if your family says no, you cannot use our television for that. I'm afraid you're going to blow it up. So that's completely understandable. Just keep in mind, I want to see what you are showing when you are showing it. So make sure the person recording gets that in the whole frame, okay? That person should show him or herself in the video as well. It has to be a continuous recording. You can't edit this video, no stopping and starting. For example, you would maybe want to, when you are recording, just have the person show him or herself, I'm the audience, okay, and then just pan around to record you, and that's all a part of the same video. Don't worry, I don't look at the time of the whole video. I look at the time that your speech starts and stops for your time limit. So make sure you're practicing meeting that time range, all right? So that has to be uploaded by 9:30 p.m. on Wednesday. Now, when I grade your speeches, there will be a separate link in the My Grades link that will have your grade with a rubric. It's important that you go in and you look at the feedback on the rubric so you can know where you are getting points or where you are getting points deducted, so you can practice those things for the final speech, okay? And then you'll need to go in and watch 3 of your classmates' videos. It can be at random. If when you attach your link, you'll put your topic as your title of your discussion forum post, that might help people to know which one do I want to watch. Maybe some topics might be more interesting to people than others. So put your topic as your discussion forum post when you create it, the title of that. And then you will need to watch 3 of your classmates' videos by Friday at 9:30 and reply to them, respond or reply, give them a note of encouragement, or give them a little critique. You could ask a question about the content of the speech. That's really interesting. I never knew that about Ebola or whatever. That was from another class. But make sure you go in and comment on each other's speeches by 9:30, because you will get your daily participation points based upon your replies to those videos. And make sure those replies are meaningful. I don't want you guys, obviously, to go in and just click on a speech and then go, good job. That's not going to get you full points for this discussion forum or for the grade for your daily points, all right? So that has to be done by Friday. And then I want you to watch your own video. I want you to evaluate yourself. Take some notes on it. There is an assignment sheet here that gives you some ideas on what you want to be looking for. So feel free to print this off and just check the list and make notes off in the margin, so that then you can make a paper that consists of at least 3 paragraphs. Notice that it says you'll type this up in Word and attach as a paper in Blackboard. You're going to do a paragraph of just kind of a basic overall self-evaluation. Then in paragraph 2, and you can break this up further if you would like, but I need at least 1 fully developed paragraph on your strengths and your weaknesses, and I want you to touch on as many of these things as possible. And then paragraph 3, what plans you have to improve for next time. What are your goals, for example? And you'll attach that by Sunday. Okay, now keep in mind that the requirement of this speech is that you cite your sources inside of the speech. So that's going to be a huge deduction if you don't do that. Now, If you don't have any sources at all, then the speech is ungradable. You haven't met the minimum requirements of the speech. So I want you to keep that in mind as you are practicing, okay? And then go ahead and take a look at the persuasive assignment sheet and start brainstorming for topics, because you'll have a topic due next week for that speech. And there's a lot of information that I've got to convey in a short period of time there before the end of the class. Now, there are only a few weeks left. If this has been a miserable time for you and trying to do your classes online, I feel for you. This is not something you signed on for, and I know that's the situation. But keep in mind that I'm still rooting for you. I'm your biggest fan, okay? And I want you to do well, but that's only going to happen is if you're really focusing on growth. So look back at your previous evaluations, for example, and see where you need to work on some improvement. I know that recording the speech and uploading it for the first time adds some kind of a craziness to the situation for you, and so I do keep that in mind as I'm grading this one. But I want to get that all out of the way on this one so that on the next speech, that the points weigh a lot larger, you feel much more comfortable with this process. And please don't hesitate to reach out to me and let me know if you have questions or need help. I wish you the very best of luck. Have a great week.